Okay, this is gonna sound unprofessional, but like he looks like he knows wood. Is that? But do you know what I mean? Like for example, Sarah, you look at Nick Offerman. I know this sounds crude, but I think I'm right.
Oh my God!
You look at Nick Offerman, you're like, I think that guy's good with wood in his hands, and I know that sounds bad, but like,
I'm laughing so hard I have a stitch in my side. Like.
Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
You're here, you made it to us, you love romantic comedies, which is great news. We do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
This week we have The Duff. And wherever you're listening, make sure you follow. A great way to kind of continue the conversation with the pod, become, part of the RCR fam. So follow us on Instagram at Romcom Rewind. In fact, I don't have a review or a message from our Instagram account to read to you today because we are launching, for the first time ever, the Romcom Rewind presents the Battle of Rom Competence. We have chosen one of you listening right now, to join us for the first ever. It's a trivia game. It's a battle between you and I. I'll explain more later on. But we're actually going to have one of you, a member of our RCR fam, on the pod. And we're going to play a little trivia game later on. And we're gonna launch this game with you. And if you're listening thinking, hey, I want to be on my favorite podcast, hopefully we're that favorite podcast. I'm rather presumptuous with that. But if you do want to be on, just fire us a DM on Instagram at Romcom Rewind. So that's later on. But the Duff, school season's back in. I think everywhere. There's staggered starts depending on where geographically you live, but I think everybody's back in school now, which is why we're doing our 2015 high school teen romantic comedy, The Duff, directed by Ayer Sandell, based on the 2010 novel by Cody Keplinger. The Duff is the story of Bianca, played by Mae Whitman, who I loved on Arrested Development. She was so funny.
She was in Arrested Development?
Yeah, she was George Michael's girlfriend who...
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Was she?
She was.
Oh, yes, she was. She was.
Okay, the funniest thing about this exchange right now...
You want to know? I know exactly who I'm thinking of instead, and it's very wrong.
Okay. The reason why this is really funny is because they make the jokes on the show that she's so unremarkable. People are like, oh, you've got a girlfriend? And he's like, we've been dating forever. And he's like, oh.
Oh, wow. Hey, can I bring Anne?
Who?
Anne. She's the girl I'm kind of hanging out with.
I haven't met Anne.
Yes, you have.
Michael had met Anne.
Let her in. That's her right over there.
Anne. Her name's Anne.
Anne, that's right.
Literally, her name is Anne. But she was also in the Netflix TV series Good Girls.
Okay.
Most recently.
Okay.
She was really good in that.
She's also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which we need to have on our list.
We do.
So that is who plays Bianca, is our high school senior from Atlanta. She has two best friends, Jess and Casey, played by Skylar Samuels and Bianca Santos. After an abrupt run-in with Bianca's heartthrob of a neighbor, she doesn't think he's a heartthrob, but he is. Sarah can
for
that. Wesley, played by Robbie Amell, and his girlfriend Madison, played by Bella Thorne. Bianca learns a terrible truth about her life. Bianca is the Duff of her friend group. The designated ugly fat friend is how they quote it in the movie. Right. Upon learning this, Bianca kind of ditches her friends, sets out with Wesley to reclaim her identity, and also score a date with Toby Tucker, played by Nick Eversman. That's your lead-in for The Duff. What are your thoughts?
I'm still laughing because I just actually IMDb'd her.
Mae Whitman?
Yes, to make sure.
Oh my God.
That she played Anne.
Are you actually sure that she...
I do remember somebody played Anne, but I just wanted to make sure that it was her. And it was her.
You know what? That should be a credit to Mae Whitman because her character was supposed to be as beige as possible. And the fact that you're like,
oh my
shit,
God.
Was it her? That's great. That means she nailed that role. And I also think she nailed this role. But I'll get to it. You start off.
Do you want to know how many episodes she was in?
Okay. I'm going to say 8.
She was in 18.
18 episodes.
Yeah, there was only, of the original series, was there not only 3 seasons?
Yeah, 3 seasons. Then Netflix started doing more.
Yeah, so like that's a lot of episodes.
Like I said, credit to her.
Poor Anne.
The joke was that she was so unremarkable, it's so forgettable. And I forgot 10 episodes of her. You forgot she even existed.
She did. Oh my God. Okay.
Let's talk about labels. The classics still exist. Jock, geek, rocker, mean girl. Sorry. But what I didn't know was I had a brand new label.
Where are your girls at?
It's actually not my job to give you intel on my best friends.
It kinda is though, as their Duff.
Sorry, as their what?
Duff. D-U-F-F. Designated ugly fat friend.
What did you just say to me?
Every group of friends has one, the one who doesn't look as good, thus making their friends look better, the one who's easy to talk to because no one's trying to get with them. You friended up. Good talk.
The Duff. I think this movie is great. I like it because there's the true high school tropes that are in all of the high school rom-coms, but I like the fresh take that they do kind of do a little bit of a makeover on her, but not... She's still herself in the end. And she goes back to her true self at the very end of the movie as well. Yeah. Spoiler alert. I love Robbie Amell. I thought May was great in this as well. Bella Thorne, I mean, she was fine. I don't think I like her as an actress, like as a whole. But yeah, it was a fun movie. It was a fun high school, September rom-com that we did. I thought it was a good watch, and I love it every time I see it.
I agree. I think this is great. I think this film did a great job of taking on the weirdness and quirkiness of Bianca's character. How the audience can be a part of that strange and odd, the daydreams that she has where she's like seeing Wesley like in the mirror and stuff. Just they did a great job of like putting you in her head. And as well, there were like some color pops. Not that it looked comic book-ish, but it did kind of remind me a little bit of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, where there were a few moments where there was just color on the screen kind of like drawn on there. And it was like, oh, wow, it felt like you were in her head a little bit more than most rom-coms, which I really appreciated. I think they did a great job of executing that kind of vision.
And they did a really great job at the inner monologue pieces as well.
The inner monologues were so funny and so silly at times. And you have the daydreams where she's like making it with Toby, just like grabbing his face. And I'm like, this isn't happening. And then it snaps back to what's actually happening. Like, right. That funny though. Yeah. Very funny. I enjoyed it. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of holes to poke in this movie. It's just like a good, fun teen high school rom-com. Like, it's just good and fun.
The movie opens with Bianca and her friends, her 2 girlfriends, walking down a high school hallway. Some guys are talking about them near their lockers. Bianca's besties are hot, and everyone sees them as these like 2 single girls who everyone wants to be with.
Jess has the hottest ass. Casey has the hottest rack.
Bianca, she has the hottest friends.
Yeah.
We also meet the mean girl, Madison, who's played by Bella Thorne, who invites Bianca's friends to a party, but not Bianca. And her friends are very good friends, and they do quickly fix that and make sure that Bianca's invited. There's also the stereotypical cliques at the very beginning that we see, she points out everybody kind of thing in their groups and everything. I do love that. It's such a trope now that I expect it in a high school rom-com.
Oh, you love like there's the so-and-sos and the so-and-sos
I love
over
that
there.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, well, here comes the cliques. Like,
it's the conversation about
so
cliques.
It's like a love-hate relationship with that. We find out that Bianca and her besties are part of the high school newspaper, and Bianca has been given an article to write about homecoming. Homecoming is upcoming. Their teacher has asked her to write what homecoming means to her. And she doesn't even want to go to homecoming, so it's a very bad task to ask of her.
Her teacher being one of my favorite people on the series Community, actually, Ken Jeong.
Yes.
Who in real life, I find this so fascinating, is actually a surgeon or something like that. Like
No, he is a surgeon.
He is a
licensed surgeon. That leads me into 10 actors who have had other careers prior to Hollywood.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Can I make a guess? Ben McKenzie, who we know from the OC.
Yeah.
Ryan Atwood, I want to say. Also on Gotham. He, like, I literally just saw an interview with him talking about, like, doesn't he have, like, a business degree at some, like, very notable school?
Yeah, so he went to University of Virginia, where he majored in foreign affairs and economics.
Okay.
And he has 2 books that he's written: Easy Money, Cryptocurrency, and Casino Capitalism, and the Golden Age of Fraud. So I guess 3 books, but yeah.
Who knew?
I know.
The Commissioner Gordon from Gotham
Commissioner
was going to write
Gordon.
some friggin' here's what you need to know
Who
about
knew?
cryptocurrency, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, who else?
Steve Buscemi, he was a firefighter.
Yes.
When he was 18 years old, he took the test and he served in Manhattan's Little Italy for 4 years. He also returned as a firefighter when 9/11 happened. Wanda Sykes, she was a government procurement specialist and worked for NSA for 5 years.
And she is so funny.
Yeah.
Did she do that like while she was acting and like stuff, or
I think she did
before?
stand up, but like I think, yeah, she did not make that her full-time job.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like acting wasn't her full-time job. Yeah. Danny DeVito was a hairdresser at his sister's salon right out of high school.
Wait, I can't picture
I know.
Danny DeVito doing hair.
I actually can.
Can
I don't
you?
know why.
I cannot. I absolutely cannot.
Yeah. Totally.
Doesn't he, like, he's got the voice. He's like, how tall is he? 5'1"?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd be perfect for little kids' hair.
Massive. Yeah, he'd have to be.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman was a phys ed teacher in the late 1980s during a gap year that he took. So he decided to teach during that year.
Have you seen the interview with, so there's like a reporter who used to be one of his students, and he was at a red carpet thing, and
Yes.
Hugh Jackman goes by, and he's about to ask a question.
How's it, Rollo? It's good to see you too.
How are you, man?
I'm all right. So, I mean, you're getting an award tonight for contribution to film and stage.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that, and what do
I
you
feel
think?
good, but Rollo, I'm sorry, man. We go way back. I used to teach you at high school in PE, and I want to know how your physical education is progressing. It's very important to me. You guys don't know that, but this man here, yes, I used to teach you at Uppingham School in London. Yes, that's right.
Oh, no!
How is your education going?
Oh, it's going great.
Did I set you up for life?
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. I run.
Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the festival. You've got a nice shade of red there, Rollo.
Wow, as if you would remember that.
I do know that he made a point to like put to memory all of the students he had.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
honestly, Hugh Jackman's one of those people you see and you're like, I feel like he's a nice guy. And then you hear stories like this, you're like, yeah, that's exactly on brand for what I imagine in my head.
Nicole Kidman was a massage therapist.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So she did this when she was 17 because her mother was sick with cancer and they couldn't afford a masseuse, so or massage therapist, I should say. And so she went and took the course, and was a licensed massage therapist.
Wow.
Whoopi Goldberg was a morgue beautician.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, she has had a license and everything, and she also worked as a bank teller and a bricklayer before going into acting.
Wow. Okay.
Whole life before acting, for sure. Christopher Walken, can you guess what he was? I can. This is the thing. I read this and I was like, I totally get it. I can see it.
Christopher Walken. No, that's not his voice. All I can picture is him murdering people, or at the very least glaring at people. So I'm gonna think maybe like the MTO, like he's the one slowly going through people in line at like the Ministry of Transportation or something.
Like the sloth from Zootopia.
I'm thinking the sloth from Zootopia, but with like an edge. Like he's mean to you.
It does involve animals, not a sloth though. He was a lion tamer.
Oh my God, I could see it.
He was,
I could definitely see it.
Right?
Yes.
He was 16 years old, and it was a traveling circus.
Wow.
Yes. Harrison Ford was a carpenter.
Oh, okay. This is gonna sound unprofessional, but like he looks like he knows wood. Is that? But you do know what I mean? Like for example, Sarah, you look at Nick Offerman. I know this sounds crude, but I think I'm right.
Oh my God.
You look at Nick Offerman, you're like, I think that guy's good with wood in his hands. And I know that sounds bad, but like
I'm laughing so hard I have a stitch in my side. Like
It's not just a crude joke, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it, and you'll be like, I think Devin's right.
Well, you know what? Nick Offerman has that that TV show with Amy
Poehler.
Yeah, and it is really good.
And he is good with wood.
Making it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
a really good one. Okay, but that is how he got the Han Solo gig.
But,
yeah, because he was working as a carpenter in the same building that the interviews were happening for Star Wars.
And he just walked in.
And George saw him and yeah. That's how I got
amazing. That's exactly how I imagine Harrison Ford getting it. Because I feel like
totally. I feel like you see him and he doesn't need to act for anybody.
Well, exactly. I feel like Harrison Ford, every time he's doing anything, like he could be anywhere else in the world. I think he just started acting and he's like, I guess I'll do this for a few years. And now he's still doing it. He's like, they just keep on paying me money, guys. I don't know. Like,
Why would he ever stop?
Why would you? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And finally, we have John Hamm. He was a high school drama teacher. And one of his former students is actress Ellie Kemper, and they appeared together on the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt TV show on Netflix.
That's so cool. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't have one person I'll add to the list. Okay. Cal Penn. He did this after acting. Remember the guy from Harold and Kumar?
Oh, yeah.
He was hired by Barack Obama's team to be the White House Office of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs.
Wow.
Oh, he was the associate director of that. So, like, that's what everybody's like, oh, where's that funny guy gone? Like, he was just working for Barack Obama for like 8 years.
He would insert jokes into his speeches.
I have no idea. Maybe. I said a bunch of words to you. I have no idea what they mean or what he did, but he worked there.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so let's get back into it. Bianca's sad because she doesn't have a date to homecoming and really wants to be asked by Toby, who, in her words, is amazeballs. Some of these words that she uses or that are in this movie are so 2015.
So 2015, actually. Absolutely.
Okay, so we also meet Wesley Rush, who is her neighbor and drives her nuts. But he is the hottest thing ever. And all the girls in the high school love him, including his former girlfriend, Madison, who's very jealous. So Bianca's getting ready for the party. There's this party that's coming up because it's Madison's birthday. And her friends are trying to help her get dressed, but she just wants to dress in her normal party shirt, which literally says party shirt, which is absolutely terrible. And at the party, we see Wesley and Bianca. They're talking, and she finds out that in her friend group, Bianca is the Duff, designated ugly fat friend. Everyone asks questions about her friends, and this is where Wesley kind of shows, like, yeah, you are the Duff.
Sorry, as their what?
Duff. D-U-F-F. Designated ugly fat friend.
What did you just say to me?
It's not like a big deal, okay? I mean, like, every group of friends has one, you know, the one who doesn't look as good, thus making their friends look better, the one who's approachable and easy to talk to because no one's trying to get in their pants. And if you don't know who it is, chances are it's you.
And then she realizes, and she's so pissed, she throws a drink in his face and leaves the party.
It's kind of like she's there. She's like the manager of the band. If you want to book the band, you want to date one of these girls, you got to talk to Bianca first. Are they single? What are their interests? She has like the cheat sheet on them. She's the gateway too.
Yeah, like people talk about how you date up or you date down. She friended up in this case. So back at home, she still can't believe that she's the Duff. She starts looking up what a Duff is. She starts to go through these 5 stages of being a Duff or grief. And the next day at school, she realizes that without her best friends, Jess and Casey, she is nothing. Her best friends made her into being a Duff. But turns out they don't even know what a Duff is, and they're just actually nice people. But she decides that she doesn't care, she's invisible, and unfriends her best friends because she needs to break free and not be a Duff anymore. Bianca realizes that every friend group has a Duff. And this is kind of when we see the other, high school cliques,
all the cliques
again.
There's the goth Duff, and there's even a teacher Duff.
There is. Oh my God. Yeah, that was so funny because there probably is.
Is there a little introspective piece to this movie where you like think about your friend groups and you're like, oh, right, of that friend group, so-and-so's the Duff? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. Totally.
For our friend group, I feel like everybody brings something different to the table, and it is not being a designated ugly fat friend. So,
well, to be fair, it does change when you start being married and having kids. Those designations go out the window a little bit. Like we're not
in high school. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So as Bianca's leaving school, she runs into Toby, and she has a daydream of making out with him. And then in reality, she can't even speak to him. And this is the first kind of like daydream situation that we see. And it is like over the top. They're like frolicking and they're just like making out. And she like grabs his face and it's just like all like this sweaty mess. And then in reality, she just can barely say 2 words to him and like then runs off. Bianca comes up with the plan that she wants to not be a Duff anymore and she wants to be able to ask Toby out to the homecoming dance. So she asks her neighbor Wesley to make her dateable, and she'll help tutor him because he is failing a class, and if he doesn't get his grades up in that class, then he can't continue to play football. Wesley brings her to the mall, and she thinks he's absolutely crazy, but he's actually onto something. She needs to start dressing more put together than, as he says, Wreck-It Ralph.
If I wanted to go shopping and talk about girly stuff, I could have done that with Jess and Casey. I need you to give me real talk.
Real talk? You got a uniboob, your posture sucks, and your clothes fit weird because you wear the wrong size bra. Boom, real talk. I watched a lot of Project Runway. What's up?
Hilarious.
Then comes the try-on montage, which, like, you know me, I love a good, like, dress-up montage. This one was weird, but it's
Very
also...
weird.
Yeah, it's also... Yeah, it's just really secondhand embarrassment.
But it's also on brand for her. Like, Bianca's character is weird and zany, and this is where we're like, okay, let's ratchet that up to a 10 because she is pretty weird, and here's where we're going to display how weird she is. Her, like, with the mannequin talking to Toby.
Oh my God, that was a lot. Taking the mannequin's arm and putting it around her. We see it all on a video because Madison's friend is there in the mall taping this whole entire situation. And after, they're in the food court, and Wesley tells Bianca to go over to a guy sitting by himself and get his number. She's like, absolutely not, I'm not doing that. He convinces her to go and do that. And the guy is eating a hot dog. And it is, again, another awkward situation where she makes a wiener joke.
He thought he was on like a game show. He's like, am I getting punked right now? Which was really funny.
I know. And she doesn't...
Look at her cameras around here. It's so funny.
And poor Bianca, but she doesn't end up getting his number, which is probably a good thing. But then Wesley comes up with another, I guess, game where she has to speak to 15 guys. Doesn't have to get their numbers or anything like that, but just actually has to go up and talk to 15 guys. So another montage. We have another montage of her going up and getting turned down by 15 guys. She ends up, though, talking to a guy who works in the mall, and they actually hit it off, and she gets his number 21. So she went even above and beyond the 15 that she had to talk to. Bianca goes to school, and someone releases this video to the song Selfie, and it is very embarrassing. So the song Selfie must have been really big during this time.
Must have been huge back then.
Mm-hmm. The video has been viewed over 21,000 times, and Bianca is absolutely embarrassed and ashamed and thinks that Wesley was the one that did it. Jess, one of her best friends, or former best friends at this time, is a hacker. Who knew? I mean, we kind of did, but takes it down for her, even though they aren't currently friends. The whole school has been put under martial law for their cell phones, and they all have to give up their phones at the beginning of class or the beginning of each day, and they'll get them back at the end of the day. When Bianca goes to confront Wesley about this, one of his friends comes up with a dummy and starts pretending to make out with it. And Bianca just looks at Wesley and says, "Are you going to do anything?" And all he says to her is, "Oh, did you get a new bra? Your boobs look really good." So clearly he doesn't want to admit that they even have anything to do with each other at this point. Bianca's still nothing or invisible. After school, Wesley goes over to her house to apologize, and Bianca punches him in the face and then, of course, lets him in. We also find out that obviously it was Madison who released the video, and it turns out that he did beat up some people who were making fun of Bianca for her.
One person who we have somehow not mentioned this entire time.
Okay.
Allison Janney, who is
Yes.
a fantastic actress. She plays the mom in this movie, Dottie Piper, Bianca's mom. And she's kind of going through her own thing. I guess, she went through this big breakup, which, you know, I have a few more notes on later, but the mom went through a breakup, and now she's kind of like a self-help person. She wrote a book and everything, and she's also getting back on the wagon for dating. A really funny moment happens, though, because Bianca has to help her with like dating apps, and she's like, yeah, like I'm on Christian Mingle and I'm on this and that. She mentions some stupid dating apps that she's on, but more or less Bianca helps her with her dating app.
Right.
So I have a game for you.
Okay.
We've talked about weird dating apps before,
Yes.
but now I want to do it as a game.
Okay. Love this.
The name of the game is I have for you
Yeah.
a list of weird, strange, and real dating apps.
Okay.
I have also
Oh, goodness.
made up fake dating
Yes.
apps, and I'm squeezing them in. So here's the game. It's the one of these are fake,
All right.
and two of them are real.
Okay, I love
You
this.
need to find the one fake, and I'll do you one
need to
better
find the one
because
fake.
I think I nailed this, Sarah.
All right.
I will allow you to ask one question per round
Oh.
about one of these dating apps.
Okay, how many rounds are there?
I don't know. 5,
Okay,
4,
okay.
5,
Love
something
it.
like that.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Starting with zombie passions
Oh my God.
or stereo softies
Oh no.
or this dating app 7 or better. You get to ask one question, so feel free to ask a question about any of those and I will answer.
Oh my God.
But there's a fake one in there somewhere. And you listening, you can play along, whichever one you think is fake.
Okay, so what does the second one entail?
Stereo softies. Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's just for audiophiles, like people with a love of music, but also like
Right.
collecting things.
Oh, so they don't actually date.
Oh, no, they date.
Oh, they
But it's like
date.
people with those interests. Like you have that stupid stereo downstep from like the 1920s. Stereo softies presumably
Stereo
would be like,
softies?
wow, hey, like I've got a cool piece like that.
I would never. That's fake.
Yeah, you're right. It is fake. You know what I was hoping you were going to ask me about?
What?
7 or better.
Okay, 7 or better. That's a real one.
Do you know what that pertains to?
I feel like you would really have to have a lot of self-confidence thinking that you're a 7 or better.
So I think we're talking about two different things, which is why I wanted you to ask
Oh
me
wait,
about it.
7 inches or better?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're kidding.
I'm so glad. You're so sweet and innocent, Sarah. You thought it's like I'm ranking myself a 7?
Yes.
No. We're talking quantity of inches, baby.
Quantity.
And yeah.
In this dating app, quantity is better than quality.
Yeah, of number
Clearly.
of inches. Yeah, exactly. It's for well-endowed men who are having trouble finding women who can handle them, and also women who are looking for.
Oh my God! And the Magnum just won't fit.
It's what they always say, right? Every guy always says it. Is it true though? That's where we find out at 7 or better.
I feel like one of their dating pics, like that could get really like 18 plus, because would it have to have a photo of it?
I'm glad you're going through this because maybe there's no photo, but there needs to be a quality control person in there. Like,
For
is there just somebody
sure.
on this site being like, send me your dick? And then like, oop, not quite. Like, who's gatekeeping
sorry.
this thing?
From the photo, you're just not quite there.
Yeah, I'm not.
Try again next year.
God. Oh, man. Okay. Great question, Sarah. The next 3.
All right.
We have furry mate,
Okay.
sea captain date,
Okay.
the IT connection.
The IT connection.
One question you can
Furry
ask.
mate, IT connection, and what's the third one?
Sea captain date.
Sea captain date.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about the sea captain date?
Yeah. So what they say is, why date the pirate when you can date the captain? If you have this very specific profession in mind for your husband, a match is waiting to be made. So it's connecting people who want to date captains of ships, I guess. That's what I'm gathering.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
The IT connection. Oh, they just sound really good.
Hey, I nailed it this time.
Yeah, you really did. IT connection is fake.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, you're right. Good job,
It's
Sarah.
really good, but I do believe furry mates, would be real.
We don't need to ask or answer any questions regarding that.
Yeah. And then the captain one, I feel like there are people out there who would specifically want to date the
IT connection. I was making that up for IT professionals who want to date other IT professionals.
Because some people in IT, not all, but some people have trouble meeting other people. And so I actually think that is a great idea.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if this doesn't exist, we should. Yeah.
You were onto something. But the captain one, I almost said that one was fake.
Okay. How about these three? 420 singles. Yeah.
Okay.
The Mushroom Love Kingdom. Or Women Behind Bars.
Okay, Women Behind Bars is 100% true.
Okay.
What's the second one?
The Mushroom Love Kingdom.
Okay, 420 singles is obviously let's at 420 get together. Is it all the people who want to meet who are high?
Do you like to blaze on 420 and many other days of the year? Look no further for someone to spend your next high with.
Oh my God. No, see, I believe that that's true. I believe that that's real. Can you tell me the other two again?
Women Behind Bars and the Mushroom Love Kingdom.
I will say I want to believe that the Mushroom, Love Kingdom is fake, but I feel like it might be real, but I'm going to say it's fake.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Fake? It is fake.
Yes. Just too weird.
For people who like shrooms, I thought with 420 and shrooms, but then that's why I thought you'd maybe think Women Behind Bars was fake.
No. I feel like that's a real thing.
How about these three?
Okay.
Sizzle, which is spelt with 2 Z's.
Like scissor.
Sizzle. Yeah, similar.
Okay. Sizzle. What the fuck?
Jason's Join Up and Naturist Passion.
What is Jason's Join Up? That sounds culty.
Could be. Are you a fan of Friday the 13th? But specifically...
Okay, I was thinking some dude named Jason started this.
So specifically, it's like if you're just like a horror fan, but also there's like some context where like if you find Jason to be attractive, like big, brooding Jason. So I guess it's like just horror fans.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it is pretty horrifying.
That's
I think some people might be into that. I don't know.
That's great.
Okay. Which one's fake? That's great for them.
Okay. What are they again?
There's Sizzle, Jason's Join Up, and Naturist Passion.
Jason's Join... No. I feel like Sizzle is like they're trying to I feel like people rebrand to just have like one word, so it's just like easy, you know?
So it's hot.
Yeah. So Sizzle's real.
Yep.
And then Jason's Join Up. Oh no, that's really weird.
There's a lot of weird ones on this in the whole.
And the third one is
Naturist Passion.
No, I feel like Naturist Passion is real. Jason's Join Up is fake.
Yeah, Jason's Join Up is fake.
Yes.
Good job. Can I tell you, Sizzle is for people who like bacon. I was really hoping you were going to ask me about that because that one seems like it should be fake.
I'm sorry.
How many people are like, I love bacon so much, I need to align my bacon interests with somebody else? I was really hoping you were going to ask me about
They exchange bacon recipes.
Honest, like, what do you guys do? Why is bacon that much of your identity?
Or is bacon used in their intimate life?
Could be.
Weird.
Could be. They love bacon so much, they want to be on a dating app for it.
I'm not going down that path further.
And Naturist Passion, any idea what that's about?
Oh, like they really like the outdoors.
No, it's for nudists. I was also hoping you were going to ask me about that.
I can only ask one question.
Yeah, I know. You asked the wrong one. God, because then I thought I could hide the Jason thing better. And those are the ones. Can I give you the honorable mentions?
Absolutely.
Amish dating I wanted to put in here somewhere just because I find it funny. I didn't know, like, can Amish people use dating apps? I don't know. Hot sauce passions is a thing, connecting people who like hot sauce.
Passions.
Bristler. BRISTLR. It's for bearded men and the people who want to date them.
Wow.
Yeah, there's also, it's kind of like Tinder, but it's spelled with a 3. So it looks like it would read Ender, but maybe it's just Thrinder. It's for threesomes. That's all you need to know. It's for threesomes.
Yeah.
Gluten-free singles.
Stop. Yeah. Another recipe sharing app.
Yeah, honestly, guys. At least that is like a dietary restriction.
Oh my
God.
God.
The bacon thing's like, you just freaking like bacon.
Oh, I can't believe
this doesn't need to be your whole thing. Tin Dog lets you meet dog like other dog owners in the area.
Okay.
Wingman is for people who want to join the Mile High Club.
Oh my God, there would be one for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm guessing you're on at an airport trying to see if there's somebody who wants to
I thought you
bang
were gonna
on your
say
flight.
to me, I'm guessing you're on it. What? No.
All those
say,
sketchy flights you just take out of the blue. Where are you going, Sarah? I'm just going to take a flight. Just going on a quick flight. Like, that's the thing. This isn't like an accessible app. There's a time and a place where it's
right,
possible.
applicable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's got to be pilots and just trying to bang people at airports, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that travel all the time, though.
Maybe.
Bianca takes Wesley's advice and goes up to Toby and asks him out on a date. And he says, yeah, this Friday works for me. Let's do it. She runs off and she realizes that she's going to need help to prepare for the date. So she goes into the guys' locker room where they're all pretty much naked. And there's some good jokes here. It's quite funny. And sees Wesley pretty much in the nude. Nice bud. And she's very distracted.
You said that like such a nice bud. Like, you sound like you're nervous around Robbie Amell.
I would be.
And he's just in a movie.
I would be.
You sound like you're awkward around him already, somehow. Like, nice bud, Robbie.
I also wouldn't sound like that if I ever talked to him.
Oh, God.
And I can say that because he was here filming a movie.
Yeah, physically Robbie was in town.
I could have run into him.
We should have reached out to, he was at like The Good Life one time apparently, so you could have just, oh no, that was the other guy. That was the tall guy.
Yeah, Tom Hopper.
Tom Hopper was at
that
The
was
Good
a different
Life. Yeah.
movie. No, that was the same movie. That's the same movie. Yeah, they were here. Oh, yeah.
Tom Hopper and Robbie Amell in the same movie. That's... Watch out.
Watch out. It's nice. Swoon. So the date is at Dave & Buster's, and this is kind of where Wesley suggests that Bianca says that the date will be, and they kind of do this they kind of do this skit where he helps her with the body language, with the seating, with the lighting piece, and goes through where to sit if they're at a table. So now she's all set for her date, and on their way home, I guess, Bianca and Wesley go to a special place of hers after she goes over and overhears Wesley's parents fighting. They go to Think Rock, and they have a deep conversation about their parents, and Wesley ends up kissing Bianca. And we do think, while watching this, that Wesley has developed feelings for Bianca. Bianca plays it off that, oh, haha, so funny. I think I need to teach you how to kiss.
Classic rom-com cliche. They're gonna, the two love interests clearly love each other, but we're just gonna,
But I don't think Bianca knows that she loves Wesley yet.
Yeah,
she's still obsessed with Toby.
I think she's in the middle, maybe.
And guess who is in the woods running and jogging? Madison's friend again, who...
It's like a stalker.
Yeah,
like, how is she everywhere?
She records Bianca and Wesley making out as Bianca is teaching Wesley how to kiss. And yeah, she gets it all on tape. Next day at school, Madison confronts Bianca with another video from her time at the mall and says that she's going to put it online so that everyone can watch it and it'll go viral again. And Bianca says, you know what, Madison, do what you want. I am not afraid of you anymore. She threatens Bianca, but she doesn't really care anymore. Because she says to Madison, I don't even want to get with Wesley. So go do whatever you need to do. And of course, Madison's taken aback because that was all her leverage. It is the night of the date night. And Bianca gets ready and goes out and tries to talk to her mom, but gets a typical mom book reply, self-help book reply.
Yeah.
And on her way out, Wesley's sitting outside and shows Bianca that he passed a test in chemistry or science and got a B when he was really failing. So clearly Bianca's magic has worked and he's now passing. Bianca gets to Toby's and she asks where he wants to go. And it turns out that he has set the table for sushi, has everything out, even, says that he's made the sushi and a really, really cute date night for them. And while he's telling her a story, she fantasizes about him again, making out with him on the table. And then mid-makeout, it turns into Wesley. And Wesley starts popping up as Toby. And she realizes, oh my God, do I have feelings for Wesley?
My favorite scene, in the mirror, right? She's trying to psych herself up. And Wesley, it's just the way it's filmed is really funny. You get him
it's a really
in the
good
mirror
scene.
Reflection, but then it jumps back to her and you can see that he's not actually beside her. It was filmed in a very clever way, but it's also just, once again, these very clever shots where we get a glimpse into Bianca's mind. And we also get like the over-exaggerated version of Wesley too. Like it's all very, very funny, very clever, very good execution. Love it.
The jokes and the writing in this movie were really, really well done.
Yeah,
I loved them. So we do find out that Toby has duffed Bianca, that he invited her over, didn't even make the sushi, all to get Jess and Casey's phone numbers because he wants to ask one of them out to homecoming. So she's really, really upset and disappointed. She leaves crying and tries to call Wesley, but gets his voicemail. And she heads over to their Think Rock and finds him there with Madison making out. And she is absolutely heartbroken now.
It's a gut punch.
Wesley comes over and Bianca says, you know what? Don't worry about it. Everything's good. And then she tells him, I saw you and Madison at my special place. This is the place that I showed you and you took some girl there. He thinks they were friends and she tells him, you know what? We weren't. You were embarrassed to be seen at school with me. We clearly were not friends at all. She submits an article for the paper, makes amends with Jess and Casey, and even her mom comes in and gives her a pep talk, finally, instead of just some weird book self-help lingo.
Yeah.
And she kind of says, you know, you're a weirdo, so be a weirdo. And she realizes, yeah, that's what I got to do. So the homecoming dance is upon us. Her friend Jess makes her a very Bianca dress. Wesley's there with Madison at the dance, but we get an awestruck entrance from Bianca. This is kind of like my favorite scene too, like my best scene.
Classic. She's wearing like plaid. Everybody, oh my God, who's that? Oh, it's Bianca. Like it's your classic.
It's a typical high school
rom-com moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Bianca talks to Wesley and tells him her real feelings. She tells him, you know what, I'm into you. And he tells her that he's gotten back together with Madison. Madison comes right up and threatens to release the video, but Bianca says, go right ahead. She then confronts Madison about being a duff and that she doesn't really care about any of this and what she does. The king and queen are announced, and of course, Madison gets it and Wesley gets it. And instead of going up to the stage, he goes to see Bianca and kisses her.
Okay. Yeah. Great moment.
Absolutely.
I will say,
yeah,
this film did a great job with cheese.
Up until this point.
Okay. They announce Wesley's name.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, where's Wesley? Oh my, and he won't go up on stage. Madison's standing there. And then we get like across the crowd, he looks over to Bianca and we hear her in like her normal voice. Like he's very far away. And she's
aren't you gonna go up
what
and
are you
get your
doing?
crown?
Aren't you going to go up? And then he says some line that's so like, I should have done this a while ago or something. Like he walks back to her, they kiss, and I'm like,
do you think that this was kind of like trying to be like a Cinderella story moment where,
yes.
yeah, where at the end the rain comes down when they're kissing and it's like supposed to be the slow-mo like motion like scene? Which I think so.
I feel like the whole movie wasn't quite like this, and then at the end they're like, and we're just grating cheese and we're we're putting it everywhere.
There's no confetti coming down. It's grated cheese.
No, it's grated cheese. This is marble, mozzarella. It's everything. We're getting you with the cheese right now.
Yes, and then they go to the newsroom to make out because Bianca wants to rewrite her article.
That's right. That was
yes, titled something like "Confessions of a Teenage Duff."
Yeah.
Her article is kick-ass and everyone loves it and now wants to be a duff. And this reminds me of Mean Girls when everybody wants to just be like Regina George.
Yeah.
So it ends with Bianca and Wesley dating and heading to Dave & Buster's, which I think is really cute. I liked the ending of this book of this movie.
It was a book, but yes, the movie, honestly, like I'm poking fun at that one moment. Top to bottom, such a fun watch.
It was
really well done, well executed. Loved the acting performances. Yeah, this is solid. And now it's finally that time. This is for the first time ever. The Rom-Com Rewind presents the Battle of Rom-Competence.
Hooray! I'm so honored.
So, yes, we have Bethany on the show. So, Bethany, first of all, tell us about yourself. Who are you? Where are you? Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I detect an accent. I'm not going to lie.
Yes. So, I'm in Kentucky.
Oh,
so
fun.
Some would say the South. Some would say not. It depends on who you ask. I say I'm from the South, and I think my accent reflects that.
I love it.
About me. I never know what to say when people say, tell me about yourself. I'm married. My husband is currently outside cleaning out a deep freezer for hunting season.
Oh my
So that's where we're at.
Fun. Yeah, it's hunting season up here too.
So
very
true
soon.
Kentucky flavor today.
Yeah, I guess so. And you know what? I mean, the most important tell us about yourself question. What is your favorite romantic comedy,
Absolutely.
Bethany? We just got to clear the air with that.
Oh, great question. I'm a huge fan of 13 Going on 30.
Oh, Jennifer
That's one
Garner.
of my ultimate favorites. And I will be turning 30 next year.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm debating on having a whole 30 flirty and thriving theme.
Oh, you totally should.
It goes that deep.
You absolutely should, with the dress and all.
Right? Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh yeah, and you got to have like Michael Jackson and like a whole dance off. I love that.
Okay, a dance off.
Okay, maybe
All
not
right,
a dance off, but just like a flash mob.
Okay, so you know what? I can explain. How about I go through the way everything works? So we did, on our Instagram chat with listeners about, how we could include you, the RCR fam, in the show more. And we realized perhaps the best thing that we could give you is an opportunity to be on the show. And not only that, test your love of romantic comedies with ours.
Yes.
Because presumably, if you listen to our podcast a bit, you probably love romantic comedies, and we do as well.
Yes.
So, Bethany, in moments, I'm going to leave the studio. I'm going to walk away. Sarah is going to come in and ask 3 romantic comedy trivia questions. Questions that have been in our quick facts at some point over the course of the pod. Answer those questions. I'll come back into the studio. I'll be tested on the exact same questions. I just won't have heard them. And I guess, Bethany, we're going to discover if... I don't know, is there a tagline here? Like, are you more rom-com than Devin? I think is what we're trying to discover here, I guess.
Well, I feel a lot of pressure being the first guest, so hopefully I am.
Bethany, you came up with the frickin' name of the game, so there should
There's
be
a
no
lot
pressure.
of weight on my shoulders right now.
Oh no, there should be no pressure.
Okay, I'm going to leave, and Sarah's going to come in and ask you a few questions, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
This is the first ever Rom-Com Rewinds Battle of Rom Competence.
Yay.
Are you ready? How are you feeling?
My palms are sweating. I am so stressed. Okay, let's do this.
You got this. Okay, question number 1. In the movie Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, what role did Patrick Swayze play?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Is he like an instructor of other dancers?
Yes, you got it.
Oh, that was a total guess. I've actually never watched that one. Nice. Okay.
Second question. The Other Woman, with Cameron Diaz, Leslie Mann, and Kate Upton, originally had an R rating. This is because of a specific word they used. What word was that?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Was it the F word?
No, but good guess.
Yes.
All right, your final question. Question number 3.
Okay.
An early concept for the film involved all of the Barbies in Barbieland having paddle hands, modeled after real Barbies' molded plastic hands. However, the idea performed poorly in early camera tests and was eventually scrapped in favor of the actors using their hands as normal. Who supposedly was the best at paddle hands?
Oh, it had to be Ryan Gosling, right?
No, but good guess.
No. He's so good at everything else. Why wouldn't he be good at that?
1 out of 3 is really good.
Man, it's really not, but you're nice. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to call Devin back in.
I really want to win, but okay.
Dev, you can come back in.
Okay, here I come, and all right, I'm ready. Let's dive right in.
In the movie Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, what role did Patrick Swayze play?
Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights. That's the second. Oh my God,
Seconds.
Yeah. What was he? Was he a dance teacher in that as well?
Yes, you got it right.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
No.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Good job, Bethany. We're on the same page.
Second question. The Other Woman, with Cameron Diaz, Leslie Mann, and Kate Upton, originally had an R rating. This is because of a specific word they used. What word was that?
Oh, an R rating because of something. Oh, they said a bad word, huh? Oh, penis. Did they say penis or something like that?
No, No, it was vagina.
Oh, no. Holy. Wow. You know what? By the way, I walked in. I didn't even ask how Bethany did.
Bethany did 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. Okay, so we're tied right now.
Terrible. All right, your final question. Question number 3. An early concept for the film involved all of the Barbies in Barbieland having paddle hands, modeled after real Barbies' molded plastic hands. However, the idea performed poorly in early camera tests and was eventually scrapped in favor of the actors using their hands as normal. Who supposedly was the best at paddle hands?
It was Kate McKinnon from SNL.
Yes, you got
She was, right. Yeah, just because she would obviously be perfect at that.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't stop it, Bethany.
Man.
Hey.
Well, I got to name the game, so I still win.
You're literally the namesake for the game. And now every time you hear it on the pod, you'll be like, well, I named the game. And I was also the honorary first member, too. So, like, the first contestant, I guess.
Yeah, so good showing either way.
Hey, tell your husband, don't work too hard on the deep freezer cleaning, all right?
I will.
And thank you so much for listening once again.
Yeah, of course. I love you guys so much. It's such a fun podcast.
We love you too. All right, well, hopefully we'll talk soon, Bethany.
Yeah, it's great meeting you guys.
Quick facts.
Though the source book, The Duff by Cody Keplinger, and movie share the same name, the plots are completely different. At the start of the film, Bianca lists 5 stereotypes a person could be at high school. She lists the stereotypes of the 5 main characters in the movie The Breakfast Club from 1985. Bella Thorne's character, Madison, is written specifically for this movie. She did not exist anywhere in the book. Bella Thorne auditioned for the role of Bianca, which went to Mae Whitman. The producers liked her so much they wrote her in the role of Madison. Filmed with an R rating in mind, it was then decided during post-production to make it more family-friendly, and it was edited to obtain a PG-13. Mae Whitman stated that she was frequently bullied in high school growing up and ate lunch in the bathroom on occasion to avoid bullies. These experiences helped her get in the mindset to play her character in the movie. The girl Wesley makes out with in his intro is his real-life girlfriend, now wife as of 2016, Italia Ricci. Although they play classmates in the film, in real life, Mae Whitman is actually 9 years older than her co-star Bella Thorne. During the introduction scene where it is shown that Bianca is an honor roll student, you see that she is calling out the answers to questions. One of the answers she gives is anti-disestablishmentarianism, which is the longest non-coined, non-technical real word in the English language with 28 letters. Nick Eversman is the eldest of the cast to portray a high school student and is actually 12 years older than his on-screen co-star Bella Thorne.
Wow.
And 3 years older than Mae Whitman and Robbie Amell. Bella Thorne and Robbie Amell both starred in the movie The Babysitter in 2017. Bianca's house was filmed in the same house as The Fault in Our Stars from 2014. She also has the same colored car. When Bianca is with Jess and Casey in her room, she's watching The Fault in Our Stars on her computer. All of the school administrators are named after U.S. presidents. Mr. Arthur, Principal Buchanan, and Coach Grant. And Principal Buchanan has a photograph of the president behind his desk, and Mr. Arthur has one of Chester A. Arthur behind his. When the Duff Love video begins to go viral, we hear different ringtones from other people's phones. One of those ringtones heard is the ringtone that Disney's Kim Possible had for the Communicator.
I thought that was so funny. I noticed it right away. I'm like, that's Kim Possible right there.
Yeah, I loved that show. Many old zombie movie posters can be seen in Bianca's room. Mae Whitman starred as a zombie in Freaks of Nature in 2015, the same year as this film premiered. There are many references to the movie Easy A from 2010. For example, the school's mascot in both movies is the Blue Devils. The song Sexy Silk by Jessie J is in both movies. And Mahali Patel has a supporting role in both films. Bianca uses Batman and the Joker as a metaphor during her narration. Both Mae Whitman and Ken Jeong have provided voices for DC comic animations. When Mae Whitman stated, when the guy from Batman fell into that acid and became the Joker, she is referring to the movie Batman from 1989. The pizza that Bianca eats while trying to write her article is mellow mushroom.
Honorable mentions. I can't believe we've gone this far, and we've only mentioned Alice and Janney once, maybe twice, very briefly.
Yeah.
I want to honorably mention a scene, and then I just want to talk about stuff around the scene.
Okay.
When we're teeing up Dottie, Alice and Janney's character, about break up with the husband. At one point, she is mowing her husband's clothes with the lawnmower.
That's right. Yeah.
Which was such a I think she had like a glass of wine in her hand too. She's just like totally
She's having her own divorce party.
She's having a moment. And I remember watching that thinking like, I thought I actually saw a weird lawnmower story in the news not long ago. So I have found for you weirdest lawnmower stories.
Oh my God.
In the news.
Oh God. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, this first one is a woman who was attacked by both a snake and a hawk while riding her lawnmower.
What?
This really happened in the States. It was, oh my gosh, I want to say Kentucky.
Okay.
So she tells the story to the news there that her name's Peggy Jones, and she's like riding her lawnmower, and randomly out of the sky,
oh my God,
a snake falls on her and grabs, it bites her arm.
No.
So like she's just like minding her own business.
Mowing her lawn.
Like while she's trying to deal with this snake that has bitten her, a hawk comes down and now also attacks her. And what experts believe is that the hawk grabbed the snake, had it in its talons, and was just flying overhead, and the snake wriggled its way out.
Right. I would believe that that's the case as well.
Landed directly on Peggy Jones. And now, so she was no serious injuries, but she was in the mix of like this life or death struggle was happening like on her.
I wonder if it was poisonous.
But do you know what? It doesn't seem to be poisonous. Yeah, no.
Well, that's good because she couldn't be carried away by the hawk.
Ultimately, like she's just
How silly.
Yeah. What a wild story. Okay, next one. To be clear, there are a lot of these stories. No matter where in the world you live, if there are lawnmowers, somebody has gotten a DUI on a lawnmower.
Oh my God.
Because I found here in Canada, there are stories. Fun fact, friends in Florida, yes, it happens to you guys quite a bit. And then most recently, Queensland, in Australia. A man has been charged with high-range drunk driving after police found him allegedly. Blah, blah, blah.
I always joke you don't want to go biking under the influence because you're going to get a BUI.
That here in Canada, that's true. Hey, did you know here in Canada you can get a DUI for paddling a canoe while drunk?
Oh, I believe that.
You could,
it's a mode of transportation.
Yeah, and I thought, I'm like, it doesn't have a motor. It doesn't matter. You can actually. There was somebody maybe a few months ago.
You can paddle fast enough where it's dangerous.
Actually, I'll tell this story really quickly because it's very Canadian. Like, I mean, it's a DUI, so we don't want to make too many jokes. But like, this guy was paddling a canoe. Police were like, hey, like that guy appears to be drunk because I think like he said something and somebody's like, that guy's drunk. So police got to like this dock that he was trying to get at. And they were like, you get out of the water. And he just like went under the dock and stayed there being like, they'll forget about me. Like it's Grand Theft Auto or something. Like if they can't see me, I don't exist anymore.
God.
And they had to like go under the dock to drag him out.
I wonder if like he's on the water, if they can charge him or not. Like it's like international waters kind of thing.
If I'm far enough from land, you can't get me, man.
Yeah.
And the last story I'll tell you pertaining to lawnmowers. This story is titled "The Naked Lawnmower Man and Woman."
Oh no.
Jasper County, Missouri. A couple had been arrested after they were seen riding naked on a lawnmower. When police got them, they explained like we were skinny dipping and somebody stole our clothes. The other part of this story is that they were actually on a stolen lawnmower.
Oh my!
So the lawnmowers, they're naked on a stolen lawnmower, guys.
Without it, yeah.
So, Dottie...
And my question is, were they really skinny dipping?
Oh, no, for sure they weren't. For sure they weren't.
They just went for a joyride on a lawnmower naked.
They were feeling good.
They should join that nudist dating app.
A naturist...
naturist
whatever.
Nudes.
Yeah,
that's
whatever it is.
That's what it should be called.
It should have been naturist nudes. Yeah. Naturist passion, Sarah. Naturist passion.
Same thing.
Overall rewatchability. So I've got chemistry, a 4.05. Storyline, a 4.1. Thirst factor, an even 4. mostly Robbie and Mel, pumping our score up here. Imagination of 4.05. It was based off a book, but like I thought they still like. I'm thinking Imagination in terms of like how they shot certain scenes. I really thought was a little bit out of the box, a little bit unique. Soundtrack is great on this one. I feel like I don't think about the soundtrack often, but when I look at it, Nick Jonas, Jealous, you got Iconopop, you got Jessie J. Great songs on this. The Chainsmokers Selfie, big moment. I gave that a 4.8 and Cheese a 3.5. For an overall score, I've got you at a 4.08 out of 5.
right.
So it just makes it into that like really great territory for me.
Okay, my rewatchability is as follows. Chemistry 3.8, storyline 4, thirst factor 4, imagination 3.4, soundtrack 5, cheese 3.85 for an overall score of 4.00 out of 5.
4 even. Mm-hmm. Awesome. We're pretty much bang on here. This has been the Rom-Com Rewind of the Duff. No matter where you are, where you're listening, please throw us a follow. And if you ever want to chat about anything on the pod, at Rom-Com Rewind on Instagram.
Thanks for listening.